knee friends, and welcome to episode 18 of the Books, Hooks and Yarn Knitting Podcast. For those of you returning, you already know that I'm Crystal. Those of you that have just found me, hello, welcome. I am a knitter of sorts. I learnt when I was a kid and I picked it up again during our first lockdown here in Victoria, Australia last year. Very quickly became obsessed again, and basically it's exploded from there. So yeah, I love knitting. I also like to crochet, only blankets though. I occasionally sew, not very well, and I also love to read and watch podcasts, and that's about it. I don't have any finished objects today, not this week. I have been a little bit busy with something that happened. Obviously we went into lockdown again on midnight Thursday night. We had a little getaway planned for the weekend just gone. We were supposed to leave Friday afternoon and have a little night away for Friday night and then come home on the Saturday in time for my daughter's Oz kick on Sunday. But the universe had other plans. But the whole reason we were actually going away, apart from a little, night away, was to get our new puppy. My husband, after hearing that lockdown was happening at 11:15 on Thursday morning, decided he was going to shoot up in his car to go grab this puppy because we're going to be home for a week. So rather than waiting another week and going to get her this weekend coming, he decided to just drive up there and get her by himself. We had sort of already had a look at photos of the puppies and sort of picked one. I originally said no, we're not getting that one because she did have a pink collar on in the photos. I was like, no, we're not getting that one, she looks crazy. She looks like trouble. We ended up with the one with the pink collar. She is a chocolate labrador cross. Now, I say dachsund. If anyone else pronounces it dachshund, I'm sorry, but I say dachshund. So she's a chocolate lab cross dachshund, and she is 9 weeks old. She was 9 weeks old yesterday. She is the runt of the litter. She's right here at my feet. I will grab her. Most of you have already seen her on Instagram, but I'm gonna grab her anyway. Jessie, come here, baby. Oh, I know, I'm sorry. I'm waking you up from your much needed puppy naps. Oh, I love it. She's so cuddly. This is Jasmine. We call her Jazzy for short. Jasmine when she's in trouble and chewing on things that she shouldn't be, which she is quite fond of doing. So as you can see, she looks a lot like, yes I know baby, a chocolate lab puppy, but she has a very long sausage dog body, which is a bit cute. So this is Jazzy, this is Jasmine, she's my little baby girl. Yeah, she's a bit of a sweetheart. She loves her cuddles. House training wasn't going great until we discovered that she prefers to go outside. She doesn't really like using the puppy pads, she just likes to go outside. We're training her at the moment to use the doggy door. And yeah, we love her, she's amazing. I'm gonna pop her back down because she needs her sleep. She's a growing puppy after all, and she will literally just want to cuddle into my shoulder if I hold her here because that's her favorite spot to sleep. Isn't it? Yeah, that was my exciting news. I couldn't wait to tell you guys until the end. So yeah, this is another reason I haven't gotten much knitting done, because puppy cuddles take hands. All right, darling, I'm sorry. Oh, there you go. All right, so since I've got no finished objects, I guess I can get straight into my whips, which I have sitting over here. I'll start with the smallest one first. I've got this in my Harry Potter Totes a Go-Go, and it is my, I wrote it down this week, my secret second sock syndrome swap sock. The second sock, I've already done the first one, that's it there. So that's the one, that's the yarn I chose. The yellow cuff, heel and toe, it's from RoseyCheeks Handmade. It's just a little yellow mini. I've got like a matching orange one just there. And the yarn for the leg and the foot is from Anna of Stitchcraft and Wizardry. It's her Dementors versus My Little Ponies. Oh, other way around, sorry, My Little Pony versus Dementors. So Anna sent me her leftover yarn because she's already knitted her sock as well. She actually sent me some other goodies. She also sent me that skein right there. It's a Gilmore Girls colorway. It's called Welcome to Luke's, and I'm a big Gilmore Girls fan, so I was very happy to receive that. So this is how much I've gotten done so far. I have done the cuff and the leg. I've actually just started to set up for my heel flap and gusset. I need to change my colour, so that's why I've stopped where I have. And I'm actually going to switch to DPNs to do the heel flap and gusset. I didn't last time, I just kept doing it on the circulars, but I found because I need to use a stitch marker on either side to mark what I'm doing, I drop them a lot, and I just want to be able to just pick this up without worrying about dropping stitch markers, so I'm just going to use my DPNs. The pattern is the Hello Darling by Mrs. P Creates. I've been saying this for weeks, but one more time doesn't hurt. I have lost the packet for my needles, but I'm fairly certain they're 2.25s. Fairly certain, not 100% though. But I am pretty certain they're 2.25s. It seems to be the size I like to knit the most. Actually, I can tell you because I know that these are the same size. Oh, sorry, they're 2.5s. 2.5s. There we go. There we go. So 2.5s, Hello Darling, and I've got an Obsession Yarns stitch marker on here, which is Marie, and it's a little set of keys that she sent me with a purchase one time, and it just reminded me of the keys from Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, where they have to figure out which key it is for the door. So I decided to use those. Very Harry Potter. This yarn is Newt Scamander, the yellow, which is a Hufflepuff colorway, and I am a Hufflepuff, thank you very much. And this top one is Care Bears versus Lord Voldemort. And I love it. I think it's working out beautifully. It's going to be an interesting contrast. Oh, can I get this? To this one. So we're going to have matching mismatching socks. So we will both, so yeah, matching mismatching is correct because we'll both have the same socks and they'll both be mismatched. So yeah, that'll be the pair together, which would be quite cute. I don't mind wearing odd socks, especially odd hand knitted socks. Still got my sock tube sock on the back there because I want to wear them, but with my ankle I haven't been able to yet because I'm still stuck wearing the same old shoes and they're just not hand knit sock friendly. So yeah. Anyway, so I'm probably going to do the heel flap and gusset tonight, and they should be done by next week, which is awesome. You'd think I have plenty of time to sit and knit at the moment, being in lockdown again, but between remote learning and getting on top of all the housework that I haven't been able to do since doing my ankle and going back to work full time, I've just been very, very busy. I made a tiny bit of progress on a new knit, and that is the Friends Are Like Flower Shawl by Kathy from Whatnot. When I say tiny, I mean tiny. I wasn't loving the needles I was knitting on, so I did put it aside because I knew I was getting new needles delivered this week, and they arrived about half an hour ago, so I quickly switched over to those ones. So this is my progress on the Friends Are Like Flower Shawl. I'm not 100% certain I have done this correctly, so if you are also knitting it and you see any mistakes I have made, please ignore them because I figure they're right in the very beginning and you're probably not going to see them. So that's the right side. I've got a little avocado on there, which is of course flipping around. I love avocados as much as I love my friends, so that's why I decided to use the avocado one. It doesn't want to stay though, but that's okay. Oh, there we go. It's because it's tangled. What have I done? But I just take it off for now because it doesn't want to play nice. I mustn't have put it on properly because it just got tangled. Pulled a stitch. There we go. All right, so that's my right side. Tiny little baby shawl. And that's my wrong side. I switched to Knit Pro Zings interchangeables, but I will talk about that later. Much pointier tip than what I was using. I was using the Pony 4mm, and the tip is just shocking. The needles themselves don't feel very nice, so this is the difference that I'm working with. And the cable doesn't straighten at all, but that's the difference I'm working with. And I don't know if it's noticeable in the camera, but it's hugely noticeable to me when I am knitting with them. So yeah, that can go away. I'm very happy. The yarn I'm using is from Yarns by the Bay. Liz is very, very local to me, and her yarn is just delicious and to die for. And I've got some more there, just here, and I've got 3 of her colorways in this bag, which is my the only wombat bag. I've got 3 of her colorways in here for the shawl, and I'm using another colorway of hers for my other project I'm going to show you. So this one is Berrylicious. That's what I've started with. So after the Berrylicious, I have to switch to my self-striping, which is from Megan of Rainbows and Sprinkles. So there. And then I would have to look at the pattern to see what comes next, because I can't quite remember. I feel like I go back to the Berrylicious, but at some point there's this color in there. And then there's also going to be some beautiful work in the green. So that will all look lovely, and I can't wait to see. Oh, so the green's called Forest Floor. This is Pearl. This is Twilight Sparkle and Berrylicious. So the self-striping is by Rainbows and Sprinkles, and the rest are by Liz from Yarns by the Bay. So that's that. Not much progress. That one's just going to be a slow one, kind of like my grain shawl by Tin Can Knits. I'm just going to plot away on that. There's no real deadline or rush to get it done. I'm just going to enjoy the process of knitting those 2 shawls. The next one, however, does have a deadline. This is my test knit. It is the Twisted T-shirt by the Little Wolf Knits, and I've almost finished the ribbing for the neckline. Oh, I'm a bit tangled here. It's because I left a super long tail because I knew I had to do some sewing with it. Okay, so this is where we're up to. So this yarn is by Jokamamo Textiles. It is the Fruit Tingle cocktail. Sorry, I've got a bit of a glare there from my light. There we go. Nope. My gosh, there we go. Fruit Tingle cocktail. It's just incredibly soft yarn. Like, unbelievably. I have done 1.5 inches. I need 2 inches of the ribbing for the neckline, and I think it's only like 6 or so rounds left, and that'll be the ribbing done. And then I can start the body, or the yoke, I guess technically, which will be done in Wisteria by Yarns by the Bay. I do have to cake up another one though, so I can alternate skeins as I'm going around. That'll be my first time doing that. That'll be interesting. But I will do it because I want this to look very nice. I have until the 14th of July. I was going to say June just then and I'd give myself a heart attack. I have until the 14th of July to get that done, which is pretty much 6 weeks from now, because today is the 1st of June. So happy 1st of the month for starters, guys. And yeah, that's 6 podcast episodes in which to show my progress, assuming that life doesn't go completely stupid and I can still do a weekly one. But yeah, I'll be interested to see how well I go this. I really want to have it done by the deadline because I don't want to do my first test knit and have missed the deadline, because that would suck. Yeah, I just tried to do that stitch and I didn't slip it off my needle properly. That would have been a disaster. I am knitting this on, the ribbing is being done on 3.25 millimeters by Addie. I just grabbed these from Spotlight in my work because I wanted to get started straight away. I did my first ever gauge swatch, guys. That was interesting. I had never done that thing where you swatch in the round without actually going all the way around. You just carry the yarn behind. I had to do a quick Google YouTube tutorial to figure out how to do that because I'd never done that before. So even before I'd started the test knit, I was already learning something new. That's very cool. I almost met gauge before blocking. I was 2 stitches out, so it was supposed to be 25 by 35, so 25 stitches by 35 rows. My 35 rows was spot on. I had 27 stitches instead of 25, so I used my blocking pins and blocked it out a little bit with some steam, and I hit 25, so that was fine. I knew that that would probably be the case anyway, because I know what kind of knitter I am. I could try to remind myself to just knit looser, but let's face it, that's not gonna happen. So yeah, especially when it comes to the body and I'm just doing round after round of stockinette, it's just gonna be, yeah, craziness. You'd think it would be really relaxing and I would loosen up, but I don't. I just get really excited by how it looks with so many rows of stockinette, and it just, I guess the excitement, I don't know, it's just the way I hold my yarn and my needles. It's just how I knit. All right, so those are my 3 active whips at the moment, and that is it, because I obviously want to get this done. I want to get my sock done so I can wear them, and I'm gonna plod along on that shawl. I have this in another Totes A Go Go bag. It was one of her Ono bags, because the fabric on this side isn't aligned the way it's supposed to be. See how the birds are upside down? It took me so long to spot it, so I was like, I don't understand, like, because some of the sloths are upside down here, some of them are the right way around. I'm like, what's the difference with this? And then I realized the birds were upside down, but I was only looking for that because I knew that she had said something was wrong. Otherwise I would have had no idea. I decided to do a little dyeing yesterday. We'd finished remote learning, so I'm just gonna have a sip of coffee because it is a freezing cold day here today and I just need something warm on my insides. Oh my god, why is coffee so good? Seriously, I love our Breville machine. Best thing I ever bought my husband. It is my husband's coffee machine. I just benefit from it. Sorry if I'm talking a bit quieter today, by the way, guys. I do have my 6-year-old home and she's standing on the couch even though she shouldn't be. Obviously with lockdown she's doing remote learning. The youngest is still allowed to go to childcare, so that's easier. But I don't know, I just feel I've had a bit of a cold over the weekend and I just feel a bit run down, maybe a bit stressed, so my voice is just a bit quieter today. Yeah, I decided to do some dyeing yesterday. We'd finished remote learning and we'd go outside playing with the puppy. I was like, oh, it's a really nice sunny day today. Not that we have that today. I was like, I wonder if there's enough sun for me to get some yarn mostly dried off if I quickly dye it up. I decided to do this at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon with like an hour of sunlight left. I don't know what was wrong with me. Anyway, my wool swap partner Chelsea and I, she's the Connected Creatress on Instagram. I asked if she would like me to dye her some yarn because I do enjoy dyeing yarn, and I did still have some gay wool dyes I wanted to give a go, and I had mostly earth tones left, so I'd used all the blues and stuff, and she said yep, she'd love that. And I had some 12 ply on the cones up there, or I've got some 4 ply from Nunda Wool and Mills, and she asked for the 4 ply, so I planned the dyes I was going to do and where I was going to put them and everything. I was going to do kind of like did the yarn like loopy-loop in the pot, and then I poured dark brown on one half and light brown on the other, and I sprinkled like a really super dark green on top, and then I like flipped it over and sprinkled some more on the bottom. It did not come out the way I thought it was going to at all. I thought it was going to be a lot browner. It has actually come out sort of goldy, like this kind of reminds me of that like old gold color. It's a bit greener than I thought it was going to be, a lot more yellow than I thought it was going to be, so I will hold it up nice and close for you guys to see. I don't hate it, it's not really my vibe, but I'm hoping Chelsea will like it. Hopefully she's not watching. So you can see the speckles in it, and I think what I enjoyed about this is that I was actually using proper dyes. I wasn't using food dye, so I felt like I did have a bit more control over the color dispersion, is that the word I'm looking for? I don't know, like how the colors actually went on the yarn, whereas with food dye it's kind of luck of the draw because you just don't know where the pigmentation will go. But I do love the speckles and stuff in it. I'm really hoping Chelsea will like it. I will scan it for you guys and give you a look at it all if I can. I have to say the Nunderwool Mills sock yarn is very, very soft. I will reskein this like on my Swift and make it look all pretty for her instead of just what it looks like after it's been dyed. So there we go, look at all the colours in it. It's quite pretty. I don't know what she'll make with it or even if she'll like it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm more of a blues and pinks and purples and greens kind of girl, obviously. Like, look at my collection. So I actually have no idea if it's any good of a colorway because it's not my style. But yeah, well, I'll let Chelsea can, maybe I'll try dye up another skein before I send off her parcel, and she can decide which one she wants to keep. Maybe she'll re-gift this if she does wool swap again. I just feel it's her first time doing wool swap and I just want to impress her so she knows how awesome wool swap is. But yeah, that's it. Alright, these other two I absolutely love, but mostly because they are my style. I ordered some DK weight from Nunderwool Mills with silver stellina in it. And I decided they were supposed to be much brighter than this because I dyed them with bright blue and then a pale blue. And I got this. There's purple in there. I did not put purple dye in there, I would just like to say that. But yes, there's purple in there. They are very pretty, very sparkly, and both my daughters love them. So yeah, they obviously worked out better, even though they were not planned whatsoever. I just kind of threw them in and hoped for the best. But I didn't use a lot of dye. I wanted it to be bright, but I didn't want it to be really saturated. I did want some of the white of the skein to come through a little bit because that was kind of the idea that popped into my head at the time when I started pouring the dye. I was like, oh, let's not actually go too overboard on the dye. Let's try and keep some of that white lightness to it. Yeah, I think I used about half the amount of dye that I would normally use, which is interesting considering I had 2 skeins in the pot. You think I would have at least used the normal amount over 2 skeins, but I used half the amount for 1 skein over 2 skeins. So yeah, yes, it worked out very pretty. I'm not sure what I'm going to make with it, but I feel like my girls might need some mittens. I feel like these could be very, very pretty for mittens for them. So yeah, not that we're ever getting out of the house ever again. What do we need to keep our hands warm for? Alright, so that's the wool that I have dyed. I have received in the mail lately some wool that other people have dyed, so I guess I will show you some pictures. I have had a lot of beautiful squishy yarn mail lately, but a lot of it has been for my wool swap partner, so I can't show you everything, but I can show you what I've got for myself. I clearly have a bit of a colour palette thing going on. This is from Mel of DownUnder Dyer. I ordered something else for my wool swap partner, so I grabbed this for myself. This is her, I feel like this is the twisty sock base. So 80% merino, 20% nylon. I have a feeling this is the Bendigo Wool Mills sock yarn, but only because I have dyed that myself before. Only with food dye though, not properly. So, oh no, I lie, I have done it properly. That would be it there. Yep. But yes, I absolutely love the speckles in this and the blue, and I just feel like even if I don't, no, this is going to be socks. This is definitely going to be a pair of socks. I feel like I just need this on my feet. Blue makes me so happy. It's called, the colorway is called Kuji, I think. I don't actually know how to pronounce that. So yeah. But yeah, thank you Mel for the prints and for the free stitch marker. Mel always coordinates her stitch markers with the yarn that she's sending, and I think that's just the loveliest little touch. That's just so nice, so thank you for that, Mel. If you're interested in checking out Mel's store, she's over on Etsy. She's unfortunately just had some sad things happen. Yeah, her beautiful cat's just passed away, and I understand how the loss of a pet can be, having had 3 pass away in the last 2 years. So sending you all the love and the light, Mel, because I know that grieving for a pet is just like grieving for anything. It's hard and it sucks. So yeah, I don't really know what else to say because I just know it's hard. I also, with the lockdown going on, a lot of wonderful Victorian makers offered free shipping or free upgrade to express shipping. Rose from RoseyCheeks Handmade was one of those wonderful makers, so I jumped on and ordered some DK from her because I am trying to build up my DK stash. I have a lot of fingering yarn, hand-dyed yarn, not much DK. So this is 100% machine washable wool, DK weight 200 meters per 100 grams. I don't have a colorway for this. I will double check my Etsy because that's where I bought it from, and I will put it down here. But the colors are beautiful. I have a lot of similar colorways and I just love them. I think one day I'm probably just going to merge them all together and make a giant tealy goodness. I don't even know what it will be, but yes. For example, oh, I've got 2 skeins right there, just behind me. This is from, oh, there's one here. One's caked up here already. This is from Dragonfly Yarn. And I obviously have an aesthetic that I go for. So thank you for that, Rose. It was wonderful to have your support during awful lockdown. I also found my first advent calendar on Etsy. Fortune Yarn Co. Do I have a card here? I do have a card somewhere under the computer, because where else would I put it? Fortune Yarn Co. From South Australia. I think I ordered one of these for my wool swap partner, and then I looked in my wool swap box where I store everything for my partner, and I'm like, I already have 400 grams of yarn there, and I've just dyed up another 100 grams, so maybe this is for me. And the colors are beautiful, so why not? This is the DK one. This is Velvet is the colorway. I'm not normally an earthy tone person, but the blues in it makes it more my palette, which is beautiful. And this is a sock yarn, and this is Pixie, which is very much me, and I love it. So yeah, I absolutely love these. This is my first one from Fortune Yarn Co, and I'm getting the advent calendar as well because I thought it was really cool that for the advent calendar you can pay in installments, because a lot of them you just have to fork over $200+ in one hit, and that's hard for me to do. Like, I can spend $50 a week on things and no problem, but yeah, 200 in one, or 230 or 270 in one go. I know they're worth the money. It's just hard for me to fork over that kind of money all in one hit. So the advent calendar I'm getting is still $200, but it's 4 installments of $50, which makes it much more palatable for me. Because I suck at saving. So yes, they are beautiful and I can't wait to knit up with those. Speaking of sucking at saving, I know I was supposed to be saving up for a Chiagu interchangeable needle set. I was really struggling with that, and I happened to be on Maker the other day because they were also offering shipping discounts and stuff because of lockdown, and I saw that they had the Knit Pro Zing interchangeable set. So I've already taken the 4 mils out because I'm using them for the shawl. But yeah, I know it doesn't have as many needles as the Chiagu set does because I was getting the complete Chiagu set. But it's got enough in it to get me through for now. I think I'll probably end up with both, but it is nice to be able to have them like this already, because I have a lot of straight needles in the sizes that I need, but I don't have a lot of cabled needles. I'm so sorry. She knows I'm doing this, but she's watching a new movie that she's never seen before, and the reactions are just genuine, so that's fine. My daughter actually helped me unpack this from the mail. She got very excited over all the different colors of the needles, and she wanted to put them all together, and she thought it was very cool. So I actually think they're beautiful. The 4 mil is already beautiful to use. I love that it comes in this case. This will get me through until I can save up my Chiagu set, or maybe until tax time when I get my tax back, and then I'll just buy the Chiagu set because that'll be easier to just fork over $235 or whatever it is. And the problem I'm having is that I'm buying the set from Stitchcraft and Wizardry, And I can't just buy the set. I also have to buy some of the hand-dyed yarn and some of their pins and some of their notions, and so it doesn't end up just being $235. It ends up being more like $380. So oops. So $75 for this was the cheaper option at the time. So I will just keep saving my pennies and then do a mass order from Stitchcraft Wizardry because I love their yarn and I'm going to have that needle set. I think that is all of my pretty new things. I already showed my sloth bag and all of these pretty squishy yarns. I need a sip of coffee. It's a frothy coffee. I just got that on my nose. Oh, speaking of nose, now that we're up to the blather section, I got my nose pierced again. I've had it done twice before, and I was out to lunch with a friend before lockdown, so not Sunday, just gone Sunday before. And on my way to lunch, I walked past a piercing place that I'd never seen before. And she happened to mention during lunch that she wanted to get her nose pierced. I was like, oh, I just walked past a place. We should go back in there after lunch and get our noses pierced. Well, we went and got our nails done together first, and we walked in and the woman was like, I'm so sorry, I have no availability. I'm like, that's fine, I'll just make an appointment. Made it for Thursday at 4:30. So guess what I was doing at 4:30 in the afternoon before lockdown hit? Getting my nose pierced and then racing to Kmart to get dog stuff. Because my girls had no idea that we were getting a dog that night. What else have I been doing? I haven't been able to read anything. Oh, I did find a new podcast to watch. Their name is Broken, because I shouldn't assume their pronouns. And on YouTube and Instagram, their username is Woolly Witchcraft, and they're from Scotland, and I absolutely loved the podcast because they are a bit self-proclaimed as awkward, but at the same time it felt so natural to be watching them like this is what they were supposed to be doing. So I really enjoyed watching it. She just started knitting in October last year. It is now just gone June. They're making these beautiful colorwork sweaters and pattern socks and hand knit gifts for everybody. Like, as soon as they learned to knit in October, the first thing they thought to do was make knitted gifts for everyone for Christmas. It just blows my mind. They are so accomplished already, and it's literally just because they give it a go, and I love that. It's just amazing. Not reading anything at the moment. The only books I'm looking at are school books that I'm doing marking for, and my daughter's school book to make sure she's doing her work, writing on the line she's supposed to write on. They are not there for suggestions. Like, I can't even say I've been watching anything. I'm re-watching The Good Place because I love it. I have a thing for that level of it's the kind of thing I can watch with my kids around. Like, it's not there's no bad language, and the jokes that are a bit iffy in nature, they're not going to understand them, and I love that. So many shows I'm like, well, that's an after bedtime show, and then it gets to after bedtime, I'm like, no, I'm knitting and I'm doing other things. I just can't be bothered setting up a show right now. I feel like that's all I have to talk about today, and that's completely fine because these aren't supposed to be long episodes. I am going to pull the puppy up for one more cuddle and say bye to you guys. Jessie, hey baby. It's like automatic for the baby voice to come out. Sorry about that. Hey sweetheart, come here. Oh, I know. Can you say bye to everybody? Can you say bye? No, you just want cuddles. Such a love bug. Such a love bug. There we go. Oh, by the way, her name is Jasmine, after Princess Jasmine, as in the Disney princess. We're a bit of a Disney household. My nickname is Belle. Oh, yeah. Oh. And my eldest daughter was trying to think of Disney princess names like Aurora, and there was another one. Because and my husband suggested Jasmine, and we were going through lots of names. We originally were planning on calling her Emmy, and then I liked the name Sasha, and then she responded to Jasmine. So that became her name, didn't it? Didn't it, Jazzy? She's just so sweet. I hope everyone's enjoying their pet animal snuggles. Oh, where are you going? Oh, there we go. She's just, oh, tilt this down. She's just snuggled on the lap. So cute. Snuggled on the lap. Aren't you? So, I was wondering why the filming went so quick today. It's because I forgot something very important, so I'm just filming this separately and slotting it in somewhere. I'm doing a giveaway today. I can't believe I forgot. I would just like to say a big thank you to Master Circus, and so that's Hazel, and Louie Lola yarns, which is our hand-dyed yarn today. So that's Karina. Thank you to those makers for allowing me to use products from their stores for the giveaway today. So you all met Jasmine to celebrate our family having Jasmine. I decided I would do a doggy themed giveaway. Now, as I already mentioned, I call her a chocolate lab cross dachshund. My husband and my mother say dachshund. To enter this giveaway, I just want people to comment below. Do you say dachshund or dachshund? For me, it's dachshund because it's spelled D-A-C-H-S-U-N-D. So that's a dachshund. My husband just thinks it's dachshund, and I'm pretty sure he spells it wrong. I occasionally spell it wrong as well because I get in my own head about it being dachshund. But dachshund feels natural to me, so that's what I say. Just leave a comment below which one you say it is, which one you think it is. If you've never thought about it before, now you've got something to think about. And here are the prizes. This bag is from Hazel of the Master Circus, and it has doggies on it. It's quite a decent sized bag. So the one that I use a lot isn't here right now. It's my yellow sheep one. But I have another one here. So this is like the smaller size that I normally have. So this is the bigger one. And from Louie, and there's also a notions pouch to match. So there, it's a drawstring, and there's also a D-ring inside, which you can actually open up. You can, I swear you can. I'm just not talented with those kind of things. There, see, haha. I have like no finger strength. Surprised I can yet. It also has a zipper pocket, so you don't really need a notions pouch to go with it, but it's still nice to have. And it's just such a beautiful bag, and I absolutely, it's also got a handle on the outside. And even though my doggy doesn't look like it, look at the little sausage dog with a little jacket. Anyway, I love it. This one's got a shirt and pants on, and this one's got just pants on. I love it. So you get the bag, the notions pouch, and because my little darling, my little princess is a beautiful chocolate lab cross, I decided to go into Louie and Lola. Louie and Lola are sausage dogs, they're dachshunds. So Karina has 2 dachshunds, and that's why I decided to get yarn from them. But also because they have this beautiful colorway called Cocoa. It's not the exact same shade as Jasmine, but it's still a beautiful brown, and so is she. So I decided to get the Cocoa. This is on the Karina's BFL nylon fingering base. So it's 365 meters to 100 grams. This is just so beautiful. Look at that. And Karina also sent a free pin, which is a bit cute, and some free fripperies and bibelots, which are stitch markers. I can open that. So there, beautiful colours. So thank you very much for that, Karina and Hazel. So now everyone knows how to enter, so just leave a comment below if you think it's dachshund or dachshund, and you'll go into the running for this prize. I will select a random comment using a random number generator or something next Tuesday when I do another episode. So you have until midnight, Monday the 7th of June, we're in June, to enter. So yeah, I don't think I won't do one for Instagram just now. I might do that for the next giveaway. This is my first giveaway. So exciting. Speaking of, if anyone would ever like to donate any gifts or prizes or anything for the podcast to use to give away, please just send me a message on Instagram or email. My email is bookshooksandyarn@gmail.com, and I will just pop that here. Sorry, in the notes below. So yeah, I'm not sure when the next giveaway will be. I just think I would like to use them to celebrate random things like getting a dog, or you know, something that just makes me happy and smile and go, hey, I want to share this happiness with everybody else. That's it. Hopefully I can just slot this in somewhere and it'll be seamless. It's not going to be seamless. Yeah. I will hopefully see you guys in a week. For those of you in lockdown, hopefully it ends when it's supposed to. If not, I guess we have more knitting time or crafting time. I guess we just have to try and look at the positives. I don't really know how much time I'll have for knitting if it's extended, because I will have to start doing Google Meets with my groups, I'm thinking, because surely I can't just sit at home and get paid for not working. So yeah, for everybody, especially those of us in lockdown, please look after yourselves until I see you next. Physically, mentally, emotionally, socially, even though we can't do much of that at the moment. FaceTime, it's just invaluable. Because all of that is important, guys, and so are you. All right, and so is Jazzy. Yes, you are. Mwah. All right, bye.